Satan!
Turn off that light.
Sorry.
What do you want?
Tell me a creepypasta story.
Huh. Creepypasta story. There's the good ones. And then there's the bad ones. Tell them a bad one, boys.
I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else.
I'm not. I really haven't enjoyed many of the Sonic games.
I don't think I've ever played glitchy or hacked games before,
Congratulations.
though I don't think I want to play any, after the experience I had. ...
Yeah, basically, the best as I remember it is that you were over at my house, and I said, I just got back from London, I was doing some editing on Abyssus, and I said to you, oh, there's this story we found, like we were bored, that Ken and I found, called Tales Told My Story, and you can't read it without laughing. And we read it just to do it on the channel as like a challenge. And then you watched it basically. Like, oh, can we do another one?
Yeah, because I really wanted to just. And
then we did Tooth About My Death. And then we accidentally found Teke Teke.
Accidentally stumbled upon.
And I think that was when we decided this could be a thing.
All it did was completely ripping her waist off.
That's all it did.
Which she soon died from blood loss. Now today, they say her ghost still lingers around train bridges or at high schools because she was a high school student. But this isn't that normal ghost that wants to get the light. This...
Favourite episode?
Favourite episode?
There's well, the Chuck E. Cheese one, really. It's just they're having a bio lab in a working restaurant. Like I said, it's really, really funny to me.
My favourite episode of the show? I guess it's probably either Jeff the Killer or I Hate You. One of those two. I think Jeff the Killer's got some great jokes in it, and it probably has my favourite comment section. I love doing the comments and making fun of them, and Jeff the Killer, that was really fun.
I think I'll always have a special place in my heart for Teke Teke. It's just so perfect and funny. Why did they remove it from the wiki? It's brilliant. I don't care if it's corny and crap, along with everything else. At least it was short, you know. I mean, it's not that much to take in. And the animated version, man, that was just great. Oh, it's fantastic. I love our fans. I really do. Love you guys.
What do you think of this one?
I don't care about it. I mean, I just want to see the woman run on their elbows. I mean, how fast can you go?
But like, how's it gonna make teki teki as the sound? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's elbows. It's all right. I'm just gonna, just for the benefit of this video, I'm gonna bang my elbows on the table. Okay. Oh, and you're probably thinking, well, Mug, that's not fair because it's on train tracks. I'll do it on the floor. No Teke Teke, is it? It's Bump Bump. Her name should be Thump Thump, and this is Shit.
Hello there, YouTube, and particularly Michael Ross / Jacob Sherwood's YouTube channel. My name, or you may better know me as Alexo774, the writer of The Ultimate Pasta and the co-star of a couple of Jacob's videos, Last Night / Mall Stalker and PlayStation Suffer. It was around Halloween last year. I was doing whatever I used to do for Bad Creepypasta, and my brother calls me over, and I'm like, what do you want? And he goes, oh, you gotta check out this video. And I look at the thing in the video, and it says, Bad Creepypasta Sally.exe, and I'm like, Bad Creepypasta? What the heck is that? At the time, I loved Creepypasta. I thought Creepypasta was like the best thing in the world. I'm like, Christian, what the heck is this? And so Christian, my brother, he's like, you just need to see this. It's hilarious. And so I watch it, and I cannot stop laughing. It's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. I mean, it's a shock because I'm like, oh, this video only has like 900 views. And at the time, I'm like, well, if the video doesn't have more than like 100,000 views, it can't be funny. But I mean, now that's not the case. I don't think that at all. But so I watched this, and I'm just completely shocked by how hilarious it is. I mean, it's just 3 British guys commenting on an awful story, and I mean, it was just a revelation in how bad creepypastas actually are. So I watched the rest. Him and I watched the rest of the videos that were available at the time. I think there was only like 8. I think it was like up to like right before Thomas. So there's like 14 of them or something like that. So Thomas is made, and that just makes my like boom. That's one of like my favorite YouTube videos of all time now. It's hilarious. And around then I start contacting him and saying, hey, can we make a video? So that's around when Mall Stalker and Last Night came around, and so we do that, and you know, stuff like that. And then I get this idea around Christmas time after like Jack the Killer is finished, and I get this idea to make this combination of just the terrible stories that is Bad Creepypasta, and just make it into this one ultimate pasta. And from then on, it was just history. I mean, what you guys have said about my story has just made my like entire rest of this year. I mean, apparently you guys loved it. You guys just thought it was the best, and I just thank you so much for that. And I mean, I wouldn't like get any of this acclaim if it wasn't for Jacob's channel. I mean, he's like an awesome guy. I mean, sometimes he can like purposely try to come off as being kind of like an idiot, but that's just because, you know, he's Jacob and he's funny. But that's pretty much it. I mean, he's just a great YouTuber. I mean, he needs more subscribers than he already has. But this is kind of selfish, but if I hadn't discovered his channel like when he was like at 800 subscribers, I probably never would have actually been able to like speak to him or make any videos with him. So I'm happy that I discovered him at such a low point. And now when he's actually like rising in this fame, it's great to see him come this far, and I don't know, it's just pretty awesome. So yeah. So anyway, happy 1-year anniversary, guys, and here's for another year of awesome. And hopefully we can get the Ultimate Pasta 2 Electric Boogaloo. See ya.
I think the one moment that pissed me off more than anything else is, I don't think this is going to shock anyone, is we can't just kill that thing, it's a beast version of our mascot. And I know everybody thinks that's terribly funny, but the problem is it's utterly heinous. Like, there's no excuse. There is no excuse to write a sentence like that.
But Jacob, it is a beast version of my mascot!
Like, I mean, who even fucking thinks like that? Like, who thinks those words, that alone assumes a human being would speak them?
What was it? It was a Suicide Mouse episode, but it wasn't actually part of the story. It was someone's comment that they were thinking that they were going to use this, like, Suicide Mouse in case the Nazis had won, like, to kill all the children. And it's so fucking stupid. I went back home and thought about it, like, and basically came to the conclusion I could write a play about how stupid that is. Like, it was like, oh no, quick, we need to kill all the children that with absolutely no hope left. Who do we go to come up with a way to kill all the children? I know, Walt Disney. First person I'd go to if I want to genocide children. So, how are we going to go about this? We're going to stick them all in a cinema, put some knives down, and then put on this special hypnotic magic movie that Walt Disney has come up with. Just leave it to them. Because, you know, I don't want to kill the children myself.
Line. The actual line. Could this ROM hack be the work of the Illuminati? How does that work on any level? It's just poor writing. What's something that we don't know anything about? The Illuminati or Area 51? Illuminati, that's it, because they'll do some technological bollocks and an emulator, yeah, completely. Can I just go backtrack here? They just established she never left the room.
Yeah.
What's she about to do?
After 2 weeks, I finally came out.
When she came out after 2 weeks, were her parents like, where have you been? Oh, Jesus Christ, you stink.
As well, I love this. I never came out of my room. After 2 weeks, I came out of my room. The knife sounded like it had no reason.
Right, what does that mean? What does that sentence mean? The knife sounded like it had no reason. 8 words that make no fucking sense when you put them together. What the fuck?
It was I believe it was my 3rd year of college, and I was taking it with a friend of mine, and we'd worked together before and a bunch of other crap, and we were in the class with you, but I didn't know you at the time.
No.
You were just like, just someone, and it was just there basically.
Yeah.
And then we got thrown into a group together by the teacher Nigel, and somehow we started talking about Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And basically we found out we all liked Evil Dead, and we all really hated Tom Cruise.
Well, I didn't
Who
hate
doesn't
Tom
hate
Cruise,
Tom
but we all hated Tom Cruise's War of the Worlds, which had just come out.
Mhm.
I remember that we were.
And we spent like 3 hours talking about it.
Yeah, and how I remember we slayed off Tim Burton a bunch. This was damn near 10 years ago actually, because War of the Worlds had just come out. So yeah, this was like 9 years ago. That you and I met.
Yeah, the thing was we spent
we were sort of thrown into working together on Rules of Poker, weren't we?
Mhm.
And we just sort of kind of started collaborating from there and sort of became.
The funny thing is,
I don't want to say friends, but
not enemies.
Yeah, not
Unlike
enemies.
with the rest of the class.
Nemesises.
The funny thing was that after we had
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
No.
after we had basically gone to talking, and we spent, because we would have massive breaks between the classes, and we spent ages just talking to each other. At the end, we're like, right, this may be a bit weird, but what's your name? Because we didn't actually know each other's name.
No,
but we spent 3 hours.
I think Toby. Again, I was really wasted. I met Toby about 5 years ago. I just bought a Dreamcast.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to find somebody who likes Dreamcast. And you had like a Mario shirt on or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And I came to you and went, "Hey, you game guys, you like Sega Dreamcast?" And you were like, "Yeah."
I was like, "Fuck yeah!" It's like one of the best consoles of all time.
The funny thing would have been if he had since he had the Mario shirt on, he'd be like, "Fuck no, punch you."
Because and I remember you were like, "Yeah, you like Code Veronica," and I was like, "Yeah." Do you like Shadow Man? And you were like, "Fucking yeah." And then you were like, "Do you like Shenmue?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah, I met Matt. How the fuck? I just say somehow we just met somehow. I can't remember.
It's just all just insects. There's a point where I didn't know Toby, then there's a blur, and then there's a point where we kept hanging out.
Yeah, it's just like, and then suddenly, oh, you're right.
And it's just like, and just one day he was there.
Did you guys know each other before we started doing the show? Actually?
No.
We did know before.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Probably through because I had the flat with Ben and James.
Yeah,
and
I was
you guys
definitely before that. Probably a bit before that as well, because I remember we used to go out and stuff like.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was like.
Rephrase that. We didn't go out. We
said
meet
go
up.
out. Toby and I were not in a relationship at any point. But so you can all put down your pens and pencils right now.
It's a slash fiction.
Write the fan fiction. Don't write the fan
For
fiction.
the love of God, don't.
They're just gonna do that Shrek one to replace it.
Hello, my name is MD Phantasm, and I refuse to show my face for internet privacy reasons. Now, the Michael Awa channel is kind of an interesting story, really. I originally started out with suggesting it will get worse, you know, that jumbled mess of a pasta. And then I thought, hey, these guys are funny, I might as well give it a shot with my humor too. Which I lack. And, they originally thought I was going to guest star in Britt Brothers, something that I, at the time, showed very little interest in, although I could still help out with maybe a future Newgrounds video, or maybe a future Britt Brothers, depending on if I know the games they're playing. But I don't, sadly. I've just gone here to show that, as long as you have the courage, you'll be able to do anything. Jacob is a nice guy, and he'll be able to give you a shot.
Yeah, and he's done quite a few. Yeah, they are quite funny. He gives up at times, but he powers through. He is a decent fellow. He's pretty much replied to every comment I've thrown at him. He's very patient. I just think he's a bit of a dick, really, but never mind.
But I would say probably the worst one I would say is Jeff the Killer. The only reason why It might not be the worst written, but the only reason why is because it's got such a cult following. Oh, Jeff, be my wife, husband, whatever. And it's just bullshit. It comes from nowhere. It's it annoys me.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone didn't want Jeff to be their waifu.
It's just so substandard. It's crap.
I think substandard's a perfect word for it. Yeah. I think I'm going to say a similar story is the worst story I've read. I think Thomas is the worst story we've done.
What do you mean, Valerie Irons?
Valerie Hudson. Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. Wait, who's that?
Jeremy Irons' wife. Does Jeremy Irons have a wife called Valerie?
I don't know. I might have made that up. That was Valerie Hudson, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Valerie.
Fucking right. I don't have. I'll see if I still have a picture of it. Somebody at my work came in with a voucher to get in for like less money, like a discount voucher, and their fucking name was Valerie Hudson.
It's incredible.
I don't know how I kept it straight.
Absolutely.
Sure, Valerie.
Yeah, they've read their name twice.
Valerie Hudson.
Mate, you can't
really unmatched parents,
but you are unmatched to the toppler.
I have like the worst ones. The thing is that every kind of like a lot of times we find a new one and it's worse in its own unique way. Like it's the laziest one, or this one's the worst. Like has like just really stupid meaning, or it's just it's like. They're all rock bottom, but we have to find new ways of categorising how awful they are.
But yeah, basically they're all awful in their own ways. Yeah. I mean, Tails Doll, not what was the sequel to?
Close Encounter.
Close Encounter of Tails Doll. I mean, what made that was just one sentence. With luck, I landed on the ground.
That, I'll tell you what, that was the exact moment. I'll tell you what, Teke was the moment I knew we could make a show out of it.
Yeah.
But the moment I knew it was going to be a hit. Was thumbs up for air quotes. The moment I knew it was going to be a hit was with Luck I Landed on the Ground, because when I listened to that back when we started editing it, like when I listened to that, I was fucking helpless like listening to it, and I was like, that is so funny. That was, I think, when I knew that people were really going to start subbing after that point. I was just like, this episode's going to this is going to be the one that gets everyone's attention. I think.
I locked the door and dropped down from the window. With luck, I landed on the ground.
Oh, that was lucky. I might have flown away.
I stumbled upon Jacob's channel, and Jacob Sherwood, we all know that's his name. I stumbled upon his channel maybe roughly a year ago when I was just searching for anyone. I was looking for exactly what he was putting out, which was someone shitting on creepypasta I didn't like. And I found him and his channel, and lo and behold, not only did he do exactly what I wanted him to do, he was actually funny while doing it. And he said before that he wanted some guest on for creepypasta reading, so I just put my name out there. I didn't think he was going to answer. Because usually I don't really have high expectations when it comes to stuff like that. But he did answer me. And that came as a huge surprise for me. He invited me on a call chat just randomly one day. It was me, MD Phantasm, and the Augmented Russian Heavy in one chat. And we were just talking and chilling and shooting the bird, and I haven't had that much fun talking to people or talking to a group in a long time. And Jacob just surprised me with how well spoken and well versed he was when it came to a lot of subjects. So we talked back and forth like days past that. Like we talked about a lot, just different topics like movies or. So, we spent most of our time, you see, on the top 10 list. Top 10 lists on the top 10s was one of the first videos we actually did together, and that was a ride in itself. And I still have a lot of record. We talked about like almost 2 hours worth of stuff, and just laughing to the point where we had a hard time breathing. And then he showed me some of his movies. And I thought, oh, okay, he makes movies. I thought it was going to be like something like some, low budget thing where it's going to be like him and a coach of his friends fucking around. No, what I saw was someone who took his work very seriously had interesting concepts. Like the first movie I saw that he'd done was called, you've probably seen on his YouTube channel, The Dead Walk. I think it's the Dead Walk, yeah. And that was just one of his earlier works, something that he admits that one of his lesser works. And I even have to say, if this is what you considered your lesser work, then I'm expecting like Oscar-worthy content as your best. It's going to show me that, I don't know, that was something that I personally always wanted to do. And seeing someone roughly my age, I think he's a few years older than me, like 4 years older than me, doing something that I've always wanted to do. And I ask him every now and again, like I ask him for advice on stuff, and I try to give him advice because I'm not the best. I haven't done it myself, but I have a decent eye for criticism, and I have a good eye for detail, and I can help him whatever I can. And I don't think, you know, his fans, and I don't mean to shit talk his fans, you know, that he has really awesome fans, but I don't think his fans really understand how genuinely talented Jacob Sherwood really is. They know Michael Leroy, the guy who reads Creepypasta, but they don't know Jacob Sherwood. Jacob Sherwood is the very talented, very witty, very well-versed, a great writer, a very good filmmaker, a very good up-and-coming filmmaker, a good actor, and he has made a lot of work outside of Bad Creepypasta that people really don't pay that much attention to. And I'm not trying to point a finger at anyone saying that, you know, you guys, how dare you not look at this, but I don't think they have a great appreciation for his other works as they should, because that's the stuff that he puts legitimate passion towards. He's a person that really cares about filmmaking and just that general media, to the point where he's gonna, like, you saw the thing, he's gonna try to make a Ben movie, like a Ben series, almost in the same note as Marble Hornets. And it's through him that I actually managed to talk to a lot of other people that I've always wanted to speak to, like Evan Bernardi, the guy who made Snow on Mount Silver. I met Euro of Time, very funny, check out his stuff. MD Phantasm, I met all of them through Jacob. And that was because Jacob quite simply had this enigmatic ability to just easily connect with people, and like you talk to him once and he's one of those guys that immediately can tell what your interest is, and he kind of took that with me. He's just a really cool guy, and I'm really glad that one day he decided to call me on Skype and try to add me to the conversation so we could actually talk to each other for the first time. And you know, I'm spending most of my time just sucking his dick, but I can't. I want to be as honest as possible. Jacob, and if you ever do see this, you are an awesome guy. I love your work. Keep working hard, and no matter what difficulties come with any project you're working on, know that even if not all 100% of your fans are going to be behind you, you know I'm always going to be behind you no matter what. And happy 1 year anniversary to your channel, and that's really all I have to say. Keep up the good work, man. Peace.
I got into filmmaking, I guess, when I was like 14. I started, my friend had a video camera. My friend's dad had a video camera. I used to like play with it all the time, and I just got really obsessed with it really quickly, because where most people would like make like just videos of themselves dicking around, like, and that's to an extent what I was doing. I really got into the idea of trying to tell a story, so I would like film something, and because obviously it was all 8mm tapes. For anyone who doesn't know, 8mm tapes are like these little VHS tapes about this big, and little reels of 8mm inside. It's like a type of digital video, but obviously there wasn't like computers and non-linear editing, or at least not affordable to a guy like me. So I would shoot some stuff with myself and my friends, and then I would have to plug the camera into my VCR TV combination unit. I had one of those portable TVs with the VCR built in, and I'd have to hit record at just the right moments. Nice. And it was always really bad because there would always be little bits of snow between each like cut and stuff like that. But I still, through that, I kind of learned how to do coverage and things like that. And then I went to do A-levels at college, and I decided, yeah, I'll take film studies, because it was a hobby at that point. And then as I got into shooting, and I got to use a computer and everything, I really started considering it as a career, and I've just haven't really looked back since.
Excellent. Great question, over analyst. I got into acting mainly due to Jacob. I mean, before, I always had an interest in acting. I've always loved it. I've loved great performances. I've always, a part of me has always wanted to get into the industry, but I've not known how. And ever since I met Jacob at the house party, God, that was how many years ago now? We just started talking, got along from there, and then he suddenly said, "Oh, do you want to be in a movie?" Oh yeah, what movie is that? Dead Walk. First starring, well, not really starring role. Not exactly my finest work. I mean, I like films. Best bit of acting ever. But other than that, yeah, I've just been going better and higher from there, really, haven't we? I mean, onwards and upwards. Hopefully Ben will be good. He will be good. Any sort of training as an actor? This is funny. No, I haven't. I've never had any sort of formal training. You know, me and Jacob have rehearsed scenes with other people, you know. But I've never actually had any proper, true, hardcore training. I mean, obviously I could do with some more training. I'm probably going to sign up for some courses soon. I would like to do with the old Kung Fu courses. Need to work on that, you know. But yeah, I'd love it. Apart from the one book that I got for Christmas from Jacob, which is the Acting for the Camera. I've been reading that. That's a hell of a good book. By Tony Barr. I'd suggest it for any upcoming actor.
Alright, brilliant. I was actually going to ask about if there was any books or anything you would recommend.
Tony Barr, absolutely. Nice. Acting for the Camera.
Alright, so basically out of necessity, when I was making my own home movies, I didn't really know anybody who was reliable enough to come and star in the films. So usually I would just get in front of the camera and act it out because I didn't have anyone. So I'd put the camera on a tripod and just basically act the scene out. And over time, I started when I was at university, it became a very similar thing. It's like my friends would be looking for actors, and everyone was too shy because generally behind the camera people, those kind of artists are usually quite introverted, whereas I'm not. So I would sort of get in front of the camera. And after a while, I started doing stage and things like that, and it just got more and more interesting for me. And now I do it. I actually make money doing it. So. Never made a penny doing filmmaking, but the acting, which wasn't my passion to begin with, has kind of become my bread and butter, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, you never know, maybe one day we'll be successful. Yeah. Big businessman.
Yeah, be interesting. I could get a shave.
Yeah. This story is absolutely bamboozling me.
We can't just kill that thing. It's a beast version of our mascot.
He's flipped a chair.
Bad Creepypasta, which is a YouTube series I've been a fan of for a few months now, and I really like this show a lot because it knows the difference. The guys know the difference between a bad creepypasta and a good one, especially the bad ones. It's good to know that some guys can actually teach the community what makes a good one, what makes a bad one, because some creepypastas actually are really good. Like Candle Cove, for instance, the Mario creepypasta, the original Mario creepypasta, just really regular Mario. That one was really good because that one actually was real. That one actually happened with the forum post one, but I'll get into it later. And so yeah, that's my review. I give it a thumbs up. Give it 5 stars. It's good to know that some guys actually know what a good creepypasta is and what a bad one is, and that they're actually teaching the community something valuable. And
after a while, I ran into 1 or 2 blind boos in the darkened room. Whoa. Then 3 or 4. Whoa. Then the screen was full of them. Whoa. This was Pasta of the Month. For the benefit of
it's been fun, guys.
He's gone. He's actually fucked off.
Yeah, the one thing I've enjoyed the most about this channel is just slating stories that people genuinely believe are good. I mean, you read them and it's just like, oh, and that's another 10 swap. How do people think that these things are real?
Literally just hanging out with my friends and shooting the shit about utter crap. It's like, don't need to feel bad about, well, we never do feel bad about when you insult anything, but you don't really need to feel especially bad about these. You do sometimes, but I don't.
My favorite thing about doing the show and being a part of this channel is definitely just the sentiment of it, the fans having like the fan fiction sent in, because there's a bunch of stuff we haven't done on Fanpasta yet. But the best thing that's happened, like, you know, we've had like emails sent in, which have been really, really nice, and obviously I haven't been able to respond to all of them. But we've had ones come in that say things like, you know, this and this bad thing happened to me, and your show has like made my life better and stuff like that, and that feels fucking weird, but good.
It's weird considering what we're doing.
Yeah, considering all we do is like have a laugh and a joke. But the best thing that's happened to me, I think, is I was at Canterbury doing my day job, which I work at the tourist attraction over there, and I was doing some leafleting for it, and this lad comes running up to me with his phone, and he had a picture of me on his phone. He goes, "Is this you?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And he gave me a hug, and I was like, "Oh God, I've worked with this guy in a play or something, and I don't remember him. It's really awkward." But then he goes, "Oh, I watch your show all the time," and he had his like, I don't know, like his mum or whoever take a picture of us, and that was cool. So that was like a bucket list moment. I crossed that off the bucket list of things to do. Get recognised by a fan.
Yeah.
So that was probably my favourite thing that's happened since starting the show.
Surreal moment, eh? I remember you rung me up as well.
I did.
Just to tell me.
First thing I did was I called Toby, and I went back to work and told pretty much everyone I know. I was like, "You guys wouldn't believe what just happened to me." So.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Didn't tell me.
Well, nobody likes you, do they? But. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing Bad Creepypasta for a year now, and it's been amazing. I want to continue doing it, but
for many years to come.
There's a lot of shit I'd like to do, you know, next. Obviously, we have got projects coming up. I'm really happy to be in the being Great Expectations on stage. That's the 25th year that the Dickens play has been going on here in Thanet, so I'm really happy to be involved in that. But obviously, the pilot is taking up a lot of my time, and after that's done, who knows? More movies, I hope. I've got a bunch of ideas for movies in my head. I don't have any other scripts really, but I've got a bunch of movies planned out. Even if the pilot doesn't get picked up, which I really hope it does. I really hope we can do one season, maybe 2 seasons, maybe more. But if it doesn't get picked up, not the end of the world. Get up, move on, do another picture. You know, that's what I want to do. I want to keep making things, and maybe branch out into any kind of. I just like to be productive. You know, I just want to keep being productive and maybe doing music or and acting and anything like that, really.
Excellent. That's great, man. I mean, you know.
Thank you very much for watching, and an extra special thank you to anybody who submitted content for it. Thank you all for tuning in time after time and making this a great year for me and for everyone else involved in this channel. It is not just my channel, but it is also yours, those of you who leave requests, comments letting us know what you like about the show and what you don't like about it. And if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be a show. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this little documentary, and we will have some more content for you soon.
Hello there, we're the people what do Bad Creepypasta. You might recognise us from the internet. Matt to the left of me.
Toby, best interview ever.
To the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with pasta. Those are the jokes. You can buy them from my website, www.funny.com.
It's just poor writing. Write a good story.
Nobody's looking at us. We gotta do it louder.
Link in the description.
Link in the description as always. Hi and welcome to Bad Creepypasta.
We'll be doing a reading about that in about 3 months.
Rob can't be here today.
Rob can't be here today because he isn't funny. Right.
That is probably the slowest plane in the world.
It's a biplane.
What the fuck is that? It was a remote control plane, good heavens.
It's come from that way.
Can't see it, probably in the sun.
It's coming from the sun! Oh no, the sun's invading!
No, Shrek.
Shrek is life.
Shrek is life. Fuck off biplane. Pretty sure I ain't
It's probably too far away to hear, so...